Hello, I'm Lorraine Kelly from lozesart.com, and today I'm showing you my method of constructing Celtic knots using the graph and dots method. I used to use George Bain's method, but I find this one far less complicated and have used it since I discovered it. So first of all, I'm going to import a graph into my ArtRage program as a layer, and then I reduce the opacity, add a new layer from which I'm going to draw on to start my design. I want to add more circles, so I import a stencil and change it to ruler mode, line it up, and then draw in as many circles as I decide to use for this pattern. If you're interested in the history of Celtic knots, I do recommend George Bain's book Bains. I think it was published in the 50s, and it has some beautiful illustrations on his designs, but as I said, I did find his method of construction way too complicated, so I discovered this method on YouTube by another clever person, and ever since I've discovered this, it's much easier. So now you add in the dots. The larger the dots, the smaller your line design will be. These dots are fairly small, so I'm going to have thick lines, and then you diagonally join the dots together on the inside of the dot so that you get the gap in between the weave. So it's always over and under like a basket weave. Now I am going to go over these lines again later so that it looks neater, but the more accurate you are here, the easier it is on your final draft as you go over. The grey lines, I was going to show you how to draw break lines, but the ones that I put in didn't work. Didn't like the look of it, so I did not end up using them, but I will show at the end quickly how you can put in break lines. This is how you join the ends together. You can obviously do arrowheads or put dragons on, or have them smooth, whatever look you decide to go for. As you see, I've made a mistake here. I was doing this late at night, so I've just undone that. And the design you do on the ends can dramatically change the whole look of the Celtic knot. That's one of the important design elements of your piece. So you can have fun experimenting with different looks. And then I will do the same on the inside to finish it off. So the small circle joins together and then the two outside lines, and I've kept with a similar look. When it's finished, it reminds me of a cogwheel. Looks very like some sort of mechanical piece. So there we go, the rough draft is done. So now I will add a further layer, reduce the opacity down of the original drawing and trace over and make it look much neater. Now here's the break lines. Obviously it would be more sensible to do this before you complete your drawing. You can draw the lines in at the first stages of before you do all your dots, or after you've done your dots but before you draw on all the lines. And as you can see, put the break lines in so you know what lines to erase, and then you just join them together like you did for the end pieces. It can get quite complicated if you put lots of break lines in, but if you stick to a regular pattern, once you get the pattern in your head, it's not too bad. Now I'm going to change the canvas settings to add a white background and then export the image file, and that's the picture done. I hope you've enjoyed watching this method, and I hope you enjoy using it. Obviously the designs are limitless with Celtic knots. If you've enjoyed this tutorial, please like and subscribe, as I will be doing some more in the future. Thank you.